It is February 20th. We are headed out to move some cameras, kind of do some shed hunting to and from the cameras. I think I'm going to move, I got 4 out there. I'm going to pull one of them completely. It's actually my buddy's camera. He let me borrow it since he wasn't going to need it this year. And then 3 of them are mine. I think we're going to move 2 of them, at least 2. There's one that I'm going to move it. I know exactly which tree I'm going to put it on. It's actually got my buddy's camera on it that died a little while ago. And then one of them we're going to put it in a completely different area. And then this one, I think, just for the sake of time today, I'm going to reposition it. This first camera that we're heading to, it's kind of close to where I work. So it'd be a nice little area if it pans out. We had a lot of pretty decent bucks last year. There's an absolute massive cornfield that it's close to. The cornfield's on private, where the camera's on public, obviously. But we're gonna see how it does. I'll be back. Cause I'm going out of town. If you haven't picked up on that, I'm leaving on the 25th. I'll be gone until July. So I won't be able to do much of scouting. I won't do any turkey hunting this year, unfortunately, but that's just how it goes. We are gonna let these cameras sit and marinate. I'm gonna keep the subscriptions going. I know there's a lot of kind of hate out there towards cell cameras, but I'm a huge fan of them. They, at least as far as like a family man, I've got 2 kids and a wife. It's hard to go out there all the time and check these cameras. It saves me a lot of time. I know that some people say it's cheating because you don't have to go in there and disturb the deer and any of that stuff. I'm not really that. Yes, that is a perk of it, but that's not really how I look at it. I look at it as a way that I don't have to burn up any family time going to check a camera. But anyway, these cell cameras are nice. They're the Moultrie Mobile Edges. Absolutely blown away with the battery life on these things. I put these cameras out in let's see, that'd have been back in August of 2023, and like I said, it's February 20th, 2024 right now. My worst camera is at about 52%, and the upload frequency is set to sending a picture as soon as it comes in, so that is going to use more battery life than if it sends it once a day. That's probably what I'll back it off to when I'm gone, just because I know that it's not like I'm gonna be getting any horns or anything like that right now, because I would say 98, 99%, maybe 100% of the deer have already dropped their horns. There was a deer that came through an 8-point-ish, it looked like an 8-point, a couple days ago. He still had both sides, so some of them are still holding right now. People have been absolutely tearing it up with shed season this year. It seems like shed season's being more productive than hunting season was, which is kind of funny. So got some pretty decent miles we got to cover today, so hopefully we stumble across something. And if we don't, we don't. That's just usually how my shed hunting luck goes. So, but I've also got some new stuff I'm gonna try with these cameras. I'm gonna put them a little bit higher in the tree than I'm usually putting them to about 5 foot, you know, and kind of putting a stick behind them and angling them down a little bit. So, but I actually bought some pretty decent brackets. They're plastic. So we'll see how they do with exposure to elements. Unlike steel, they're not going to rust. I'll put the product description down in the list, the bio below. I don't have any long-term reviews. They've got some pretty decent reviews on them. So they seem very stout. I played around with them a little bit on the tree in my yard. I didn't have a camera on them because all my cameras are in the woods. So, but yeah, we'll keep y'all posted. I'm gonna take the GoPro out there with me today, just in case we stumble across something. But then I'll kind of you'll see how I'm hanging these cameras. So, but anyway, y'all keep watching, stay in touch, and we'll see you in a second. It's a real nice scrape. Some tracks in it. Camera up there. Sun's in the way. Out of arm's reach. Right down to that scrape, you can see the trail that runs like this. Goes all the way that way. So we'll see what this does. Still got 2 more cameras to mess with, and yeah, no sheds yet. All right, so back in the truck. We just moved the camera. Did a little bit of scouting around it. I knew I was gonna probably just leave that camera where it was at, just because we had a lot of pretty decent deer last year. I'm curious to see if we get them back on camera this year and just kind of see what they've turned into. That spot right there, I haven't really gave up on it, because whenever I'm working and like we fly over there, there's always deer in that cornfield at night. It never fails, and there's a lot in there. I mean, it's a huge cornfield. It's like maybe a 300-acre cornfield. It's massive, absolutely huge. So there's tons of food in there. We even flew over it, I guess, last week, and there's still deer in there. So I'm kind of thinking they hit it year round. There's water. There's some pretty thick stuff in there for bedding. There's stuff all in the woods for food too, plus the cornfield. I don't think that many people hunt it. It's kind of hard to access in a way. You kind of have to be creative with your entry point just to get in there. So that's another reason that I don't know if I'm doing that stubborn thing where I did when we were back in Alabama, and I just would not let go of a spot for some reason. But yeah, so that camera's moved, set. Those mounts are pretty nice. We'll see how long they last. Hopefully, they at least last till I get back. And I mean, the camera. I mean, it looks fine to me. I'll probably on this next one take the strap that's already on the camera and also put it underneath. It's because it's got a piece, and I'll show you later when I mess with this next one. But it's got a slit, I'm sorry, on the top and bottom of the little bracket that attaches to the tree, and it's got the arms that come off for the camera. So I'll probably run the one strap that came with the mount, and then the other camera strap around it. Next place, I think I'm just gonna park, head straight to the camera, and then come straight back. I'm not gonna dilly-dally, because this camera for sure I'm gonna move to a completely other spot. And I think this spot right here I might get pretty close to the road, so we'll see how that does. And then another camera, all I'm doing is I'm going, and I gotta walk past one camera to get to this one. That's my buddy's camera that I needed to pull anyway. I'm gonna take it out of the woods, head and get my camera, and then put it back on the tree that my buddy's camera was on. He went out of town doing the same thing I'm about to do last October. So he had any need for these cameras, so he gave them to me to run and try to find different areas. And thankful for his camera, I found a pretty good spot. Ended up being probably the best spot that I had last year. So we'll see what it does. All right, so yeah, so this is that little thing that I was using. So we're gonna hang it on these cameras, and then also, yeah, Python locks. So, but really ain't much to it. It comes with some screws, but I'm not screwing them into the tree because it's not legal here, and it'd just be more of a pain to remove. So it is heating up. It's funny when you're coming out of the winter and you get into the 60s again. It feels so much hotter than if you're coming out of the summer and getting in the 60s, that's for sure. Yep, got my strap. Mount. Actually, I'll bring this with me just in case. I don't think I'm gonna hang this camera over here, but I'll go ahead and load the bag as if we were. That way we can do it the next place. But I need a new hat. This thing is like a weird, ugly pop-all hat. Pop-all style. Not ugly. So don't hear what I'm not saying. But yeah, so better go grab this camera, and then gonna go move it, and then we're gonna go drive way that direction, probably 30 miles or so. So completely not the same area. So stay in touch. So good news, the camera was still there. Making our way back to the truck now. So still no sheds, which, you know, I'm kind of more of just trying to grab the cameras and move them instead of shed hunting, just because I'm running out of time with the day and time here. So but yeah, so I mean, everything in here just looks like it should be massive deer. Like, this is just so pretty for deer habitat. So we're about to walk through some pretty tall CRP, so I know, good luck finding stuff in there, but all right. So thanks for following along. Still got some more stuff to do today, so hopefully we find at least a shed. Just as I put my camera up, I see this rub. Look at this thing. All the way up to here. That's gonna be an elk for sure. But got the ground all tore up. So there's a game trail. One's right there. I'll probably just take it. It should take me pretty close to the truck. I think I walked this one before, so. But yeah. So be cool if there was a big old elk shed laying around here somewhere. But all right. Well, still haven't put out one of those other cameras. I think I'm gonna do that on my way back around to the house. That way, pretty good ways. Is where there's the other two cameras, my buddy's camera, and then my camera. And I'm gonna put my camera where I put my buddy's camera. So, but yeah, gotta put on the orange vest and the orange hat just because where I'm hunting is supposed to be a little orange than any kind of firearm thing, which it's not deer season right now, but still open to firearms, so someone could be predator hunting or whatever. So, but yeah, I'll tell you what, this little bino harness right here is absolutely perfect. It's the Rick Young bino harness. It's pretty easy to adjust. I can bring them farther down here if I want to. Just tighten it up. And if you really need to tuck stuff, you can get it all tight, turn it up underneath, and it's not going anywhere. So, but when I'm walking around and doing normal stuff, I just leave it a little looser, just so I can class immediately. But climbing a tree doesn't get in the way like some other ones do. So got everything, truck's locked. So I tell you what, I guess I have a question for anyone else that's still watching this video. Have anyone had experience with deer actually using scrapes year round? I was thinking about that as I put out that last camera. I feel like I'm still playing catch up with hunting deer out here in Kansas. People, maybe they just suck. Maybe I'm just not as good as I think I am, and I for sure was very humbled this year. I hope y'all can hear me with the wind whipping through here. I don't know if a lot of hunting is just dumb luck. Probably is. I have terrible luck. Moultrie Edge Pro. It's not Pro. Sorry. Just a Moultrie Edge. Mobile Edge, whatever. And 16 batteries or 8. I run 16 batteries just because it lasts longer. That's probably part of the reason why the batteries last so freaking long. About to get our steps in. It is almost 2 o'clock. It's definitely, day's taking longer than I thought it was going to. But yeah. So still no sheds. I've been looking, but I mainly just got some giddy up in my step. I'm trying to get to these cameras. So y'all see that lone tree right there? That tree kind of reminded me of something that I thought about doing. I just never did it. But I watched a video of a guy giving an interview on his monster deer that he killed. But what he did is he climbed up in one of them trees, like in the middle of these big CRP flats. And used as like an observation point. Used as like an observation point. So it's just glass during hunting season. The kind of story that he gave was he saw, I don't remember if it was a bachelor group of bucks, but he saw actually a really nice buck that he was going to try and kill. So what he did was climbed down, left the stand, everything in the tree, grabbed his bow, then proceeded to do a spot and stalk on this deer. He wouldn't able to get done the first day. Don't remember why, but he went back the second day and saw the same buck. Got down, left the stand. I think he said he even left his stand in the tree the night prior from the previous hunt. He climbed down with his bow, spot stalked. Long story short, he actually got busted by one of the bucks he was trying to kill. And then this guy, the one he ended up actually killing, walked out. It was a huge deer, absolutely massive deer. But I don't think this guy had been deer hunting very long. I think what I'm kind of struggling with is it's just public land. The way I hunted in Alabama was a lot different than the way I'm having to hunt here. And I think that's, I feel like this last year was like my very first season hunting in a way. So, but we are finally to the woods. Another camera. Pretty good intersection. You can see this one right here. This one that goes this way and this way. And then you can see that. So it's just all by this tree. So there's the camera. It's warm. Very warm. Hung that second camera. Just would rather be doing this right now than summertime day. Let's see. You see this? Let's see where this takes us. I shot here before. Right here. All right, we're back at the truck. 1.8 miles, pretty short walk. But we got one more camera to put out. Grabbed all my buddies' cameras, they're accounted for. So we're gonna do a spot up here. Pretty much gonna be right off the road. Almost done. It is very hot. Well guys, done scouting and moving cameras. We have all three cameras in new locations. One camera we moved to a completely other side of this hunting area, and then the other two are pretty close to their original spot. We got in about 7 miles today, 130 calories, so it was a pretty good day. I would much rather it be like this than when the summertime highs are even the lows are higher than this. So but yeah, it felt good to get out there, move my legs. Hopefully these mounts, these plastic mounts, they're pretty solid. It's a hard plastic. I'm surely the company that made these, of course I say surely and you never know, but hopefully they're rated for the environment and everything. My only worry is the fact that since it stands off the tree a little bit, is a squirrel or a hawk or an owl or a big bird or a bigger animal, a coon, trying to sit on it. That 100% is going to break that mount. I don't know. So, but anyway, it was something I figured I would try. It ain't going to hurt nothing. Python locks on all the cameras. There's no way someone's stealing these things unless they have bolt cutters or a grinder in their hands or a hacksaw, which I don't even know how hard it would actually be to hacksaw through steel cable, just because it's not very rigid. Anyways, it tries to keep an honest thief honest. The camera mount, Python locks, the cameras that I'm using, I'll put it in the description below. And if y'all are interested in checking them out, go for it. I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I'll probably do another long-term review, or a 6-month review, I guess, when I get back. Probably gonna go put my eyes on these cameras again. Maybe not. Might move some around, and we'll see what kind of condition these things are actually in. Turkey season is the next big thing, so good luck to y'all. And I know in Kansas you only get one bird this year, so anybody who's hunting in Kansas, good luck killing your one bird. I know the populations are down. Around here they're not, and don't that just figure, because I can't even hunt them this year. So, but yeah, again, I'm gonna try to stay active on social media. I guess as active as I usually am. You know, I go months sometimes without posting anything on either one of my personal page or my hunting page. So, but thank y'all for giving this video a watch. We will see y'all next time.